This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hi there, folks, and welcome to Live Action Space Cowboy. It's a Buy Me a Coffee special mini-series brought to you by us here at TV Tuners. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and lady who has amnesia and is going through a complex plot to get it, Stairmaster.
That's
back.
right.
Get it back? I don't know what she's doing.
That's right, balls face, Mick. Shit.
Suck nut.
Ass.
Yeah, you showed me. This is how
you
talk.
Stupid boob.
Yeah, you're real insulting, but in a way that's very juvenile.
Yeah.
You talk like you're an impersonation of a South Park character.
You dick rake. You're just scooping up all the dicks.
And what am I doing with them?
I'm throwing them in a sack, and that sack is your mouth.
Oh, interesting. That's a way to describe a mouth, I suppose.
Oh, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, you could describe a mouth as a sack.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, girl, what does sack do?
And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and environmental terrorist who's very incompetent, Kioran.
Yeah, we're doing something out here. We're environmentalists.
Yeah, you're making a bunch of Groots.
Yeah, are we?
Well, they don't walk around or do anything, but you are making trees.
Yeah, Groot famous for walking around and doing things.
It's true.
Groot likes to run and jump, and he likes to say his catchphrase.
Folks,
it's tree time.
He lives a life.
It's true. These folks do not live lives anymore. Well, maybe they do. I mean, trees technically are alive.
Not really. Technically
by some by some definition.
I would argue they're fully alive.
Should we consider cutting down trees murder?
Yes. Well, it depends on how, I guess.
So some murder is justified, is what Stairmaster's saying.
What about an old-fashioned lumberjack with his red axe chopping the tree down?
That's basically Jason Voorhees.
For a tree, you mean?
So you're saying it's bad?
Yes, I would agree that that's bad. Did you know that trees...
an old school lumberjack is like Jason Voorhees, does that mean like the tree cutting machines that we have now is like Jigsaw?
It's like Terminator.
It's like the modern horror.
It's like the Future War segments from Terminator.
Yeah.
Did you know that trees play a significant role in reducing erosion and moderating the climate? They remove carbon dioxide.
I didn't know that.
Huh? Who was that?
Somebody's on the phone line.
Oh no, not this again.
Yeah, it's probably no one we need to worry about. I haven't actually been answering, but people have been sort of just chiming in on that phone line.
Well, we can't answer because, like I said, the control panel is broken.
But we do just have to sort of hear whoever calls and what they say.
Yeah.
And then we haven't, thrown it out.
Do you know that...
Well, it's all hooked up to our audio devices. We need a new mixer if we want to get rid of this.
Oh, that's too rich for my blood.
Do you want more tree facts?
Yes.
Did you know that trees provide shade and shelter, timber for construction, fuel for cooking and heating, and fruit for food, as well as many other uses?
Yes.
Oh, that guy, whoever he is, knew it.
Did you know that a tree is not like a specific group on the taxonomy, and that multiple organisms have evolved to become tree-like over Earth's history?
Sure.
Yeah, like humans.
Yes.
We're very tree-like.
So So what you're saying is if I go to a botanist and I say, give me the definition of a tree right now, he'll get upset with me?
He'll be... Yeah.
He'll grab his gun.
If you ask him to, like, say what part of the taxonomy a tree is in, he'll get mad because there is none.
Wow. Okay.
Multiple
now I
plants
know how
that
to
just
antagonize
started becoming
group of
trees.
people.
Yeah.
Keo knows now how to antagonize his local botanist.
What's crazy is a similar thing has happened with crabs as well.
Crabs?
Crabs. Snippy snappy guy.
The trees of the sea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're sort of like wood. They're sort of like they're made out of wood.
True. And we just want to get to that tasty meat that's in the wood. That wood meat.
A carapace is basically just bark.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
It's true.
Oh, and also octopuses have human eyes.
Like you look at an octopus and it literally has like my
yes.
exact eye structure.
Yeah, it's got like a deep blue eye that you could gaze into.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah, you fall in love with that. That's what that one documentary is about. Is about my octopus teacher. They look into the eyes of an octopus and fall in love.
That's what The Fisherman's Wife is about.
Yeah, the fisherman's wife. The fisherman gets cucked by an octopus.
Yes, the painting is. Yes, that's what that painting is.
Oh, huh. The more you know.
I'm looking at. I googled octopus eye, and I can see like the structure is pretty similar. But if you look at the octopus, the pupil is like a slit pupil, which is not the kind I have.
But it's very crazy that they just evolved to be like that.
Yeah, it's pretty unsettling.
Nature is beautiful.
Anyway, feel free to eat this jar of octopus eyes that I have.
Okay, I'll be munching and crunching on that during the pod.
I
heard if you give an octopus a pencil, it'll write a manifesto.
Yeah.
Well, one tentacle will write a manifesto, the other will write a different manifesto, and they won't know what they're doing.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, one will be like deaf to the land, birth to sea. And the other one will be like humans friends.
Hillary is 44.
Yeah.
Also, some species of octopus will rip off their penis after mating and give it to the female as a gift. And then die.
Damn, we should do that. Especially that last part.
Yeah. This is a pro-death podcast, if you haven't figured it out yet. We're fully black-pilled here.
I'm not interested.
Oh, okay. Anyway, welcome to another edition of our Cowboy Bebop show. Our live-action Cowboy Bebop show, I should mention. It's a very important distinction. Brought to you, as always, by Buy Me a Coffee, where this was bought to us, all 10 episodes of this show. And, we're back with another one. Of course, if you want to buy us a coffee for anything specific, anything you want us to talk about, all you gotta do is go over to buymeacoffee.com/TVtuners, and we'll, one single coffee will get you anything for us to discuss that you could think of. For instance, someone recently bought us a coffee for Michael Mann's Thief.
They did.
That'll be a fun one to get to down the line when we're
a year from now.
Yeah, when we're all old and busted. But we're here.
What are we waiting
now.
for?
You're right. Let's watch Thief right now.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's do a live commentary on Thief, a movie that I'm sure deserves live commentary over it.
We could just be like, "Oh, look how pretty those reflections are."
I'll be asking you guys every 10 minutes who Michael Mann is.
Oh my god, the shot is so crazy. How did he do that?
But we're here talking about something that's very un-Michael Mann-like.
Yes, Martin Scorsese's The Color of Money.
I would say there's a through line that you could do with that.
Yes,
those two movies, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, no, we're talking about Cowboy Bebop, unfortunately. But hey, before we get to that...
What?
Yeah, I got bad news for you, Keo. We watched an episode of this. It's, we've been away from it for a bit, watching other things, mostly good things. And also
Halo.
It's no good. I said mostly good. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But before we get there, of course, if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, otherwise, well, you could email them to us, and we could read them aloud on the podcast. That's right, folks. Anything that you could think of that you want us to discuss, that has been on the tip of your tongue, send it over to us on our email address, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll try to give you our thoughts, our answers, our prayers on it.
Maybe I'll do that.
We'll pray about it if you want us to.
Like
you
we
could be
used
like
to at the beginning of the pod.
Yeah, I'll come back and do that for whatever you want. You could be like Gio, who gave us this email. TVT TV. Hey fellas, if you got the chance to write and produce a CW show, what would it be? Yes, Gio.
Well, CW.
What does it mean to produce a CW show?
Well, it's got to be about teens, or it's got to be about DC superheroes.
Yeah, it's either got to be one. It's got to be one of those two things, and it does have to be an existing property that you're sort of making cool, in quotes. So I
would make Superman, and it would be about Superman.
Oh,
Good
okay.
idea.
But this is not Superman and Lois, which is a show that's on CW right now. As we're recording it, you can just flip it on. It's on.
It would be Superman, but there's no, like, Lois is there, but, like, only once in a while.
Oh, okay.
A Superman just for the fellas.
Yeah.
I think I would make Superman. I can't even say it. I think I would make Superman black.
Oh no!
Yeah. Are you prepared for the angry letters you'd be getting?
I'm prepared for the bullet.
You're saying somebody would shoot me?
Yes.
Give me the Gep gun.
Oh.
Oh no. He's already mad. I think what the world needs is a teenage version of the Big Lebowski.
Oh, I was gonna say Seinfeld.
Okay, that's good. That's actually way better than my idea. Okay, no, you're right. You know what we need? We need Seinfeld is good because you got like a bunch of where would they be hanging out? It's a bunch of teenagers, right?
At high school.
Maybe we should make it a period piece. No,
Okay.
that would be like in the 60s or whatever.
So it's a bunch of kids. It's like Seinfeld, but in high school.
Yeah.
So Jerry Seinfeld is dating a 2-year-old.
Oh no! I think maybe he's hanging out with Elaine and Kramer. Maybe they're racing cars.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just imagine like George walks into the lunchroom and he's like, "She saw it, Jerry. She saw my wiener." And Jerry's like, "What? Who saw that?" It's like a whole episode.
Does CW have any, like, is it all have to be live action, or can this be like a 3D modeled?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Keo. This has to be live action.
Okay,
Also, I said
this is
George. I
really-
meant Kramer.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, George would never expose himself in front of a
Well,
woman.
I mean, yes, he would, but
I mean, not on purpose, I don't think.
no.
Okay, maybe.
So, look, what network would give us the budget to have like a 3D modeled version of this with the original actors voice acting for the
Zero.
teen versions?
None of them.
You would have to go to streaming for that.
We'd have to go to Japan and assemble a production
true.
committee.
Yeah.
What about a show about a teen who hunts down serial killers? Like, he's a really smart teenager. Maybe he's autistic.
Oh, okay.
What if
Yeah.
he's hunting down criminals and then like they give him some poison that makes him younger,
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
and he has to solve mysteries while pretending that other people are solving the mysteries.
It's a poison that makes him younger, so it does kill him too eventually.
No, just
so what you're saying? No, it's but it is described as a poison.
They were trying to kill him with it, but he just got younger.
And also, he has a girlfriend who stays regular age.
Okay, no joke though. They could. I'm surprised CW hasn't tried to turn that into what's it called again? Conan.
In Japan, it's called Conan. In America, they called it Case Closed.
Yeah, I'm surprised CW has not tried to make Case Closed into a show from them.
Oh,
it has all the elements they could want.
Maybe they could
Do they know what Japan is over there?
Maybe they could make a Hamtaro show. Like, just have some guys in some costumes.
Okay, I figured it out. I was gonna go with Stairmaster. I was gonna take a sitcom like Stairmaster did and do Night Court, but I got one better. Written and produced, CW, the most cursed CW show I can think of, Evangelion.
Oh, no.
Oh, stop, no.
Just imagine.
Oh, that.
First off, you gotta stretch it out so it has to last like 5 seasons at least.
And they're on a budget of like $10,000.
Yes.
For this too.
For the whole season.
There'd be like one robot fight.
Well, yeah, they have to, they sort of got a copy from the Netflix model a little bit. You have to wait until like halfway through the season for Shinji to even be in a robot.
Yeah, so there'd probably just be like a season. The first season would probably be like them hunting down like the January 6th guys because they're corrupted by the angels or something.
Yeah.
I could see them like Shinji gets in the robot and then it fades to black and comes back and it's just like, wow, I can't believe you did it, Shinji. Good job.
No, Shinji gets in the robot, and the robot does one attack and kills an angel.
There's going to be a scene where Gendo does karate on some bad guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's probably the most cursed thing I can think of in terms of a CW show, so I would do that.
Well, I'm still sticking with my Superman, and I think I'm going to call the program Dark Superman.
He's not evil, right?
No, he's friendly. He's like the nicest Superman,
but his skin is
most
dark.
Sociable. His skin is very dark,
darker than the center of Africa.
Yeah, what would you describe it like, Kyo?
I would describe his skin as black as onyx.
Oh, okay. And that's in like the titles.
Yeah, instead of like as fast as a speeding train.
Yeah,
skin black as onyx.
Oh no!
And smoother.
I think Kyo might actually have the most popular show.
I don't know. I think people would like Hamtaro, the live action version.
I watched like a fair bit of Hamtaro as a child, but I don't remember any of it.
I'm going to watch Hamtaro right now.
Hamtaro went and took a detour right through the exit of my brain. Same. Like it walked in and walked out, Grandpa Simpson style.
I love that little.
I remember they love to eat sunflower seeds. I remember that part.
Yeah, true.
Right? That happened, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Correct. Hamtaro and Shin-chan exist in the same part of my brain, which has now been lost to time.
I remember like the one episode Shin-chan I saw. It was funny. But they had to
I think I saw that was on TV once. I was like, okay.
I'm trying to think of other shows that I definitely watched a good bit of and don't remember anything.
Alexander
Totally Spies.
The Great.
Yeah, that too. I couldn't even...
What?
That's the thing about Alexander the Great. I couldn't even tell you what it's about in terms of, like, the concept outside of Alexander the Great's in it.
Yeah, and I think it goes to, like, the Akashic Records or something.
Yeah.
I'm confused. What are you talking about? Is this real? Are you guys, like...
Yeah, it was an anime that played on Adult Swim all the time.
And it made no sense.
I could never... It was one of those ones that would play when it was way too late for you to be watching TV still. And yet here you were watching this, whatever it was.
Oh, it was called Rain, I think.
I think I managed to avoid this because I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't think the name of it was Alexander the Great.
Yeah, it was Rain, I think.
Reign the Conqueror?
Yes.
Okay, I still don't know what this is. I think I might have seen it, like, looking at, like, the shows that are going to come on.
It, like, might as well be a fever dream. I'm sure someone can buy us a coffee for this, but don't.
Oh, I just opened up a clip, and there's a guy who looks like Bascom.
Dang. Yeah, so it's a reimagination of the life of Alexander the Great.
Why is Hamtaro in the same headspace as these Adult Swim shows?
Because
they existed on the same channel.
They were roughly broadcasting around the same time.
Yeah.
They were?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. How did it... I think I must have watched Hamtaro on a different scheduling block than you guys did, apparently.
No, I mean, Hamtaro was on at a different time than this, but, like, they were on at the same years.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you buy us 1,000 copies, we'll watch one episode of Reign the Conqueror.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That is our demands. No one can stop us. Anyway, thank you for that email, Gio. I hope we discussed what was going on there. I hope we answered your questions, your burning questions.
We had some good ideas there. We should probably pitch these to the CW.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm sure they'll pick up at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, with all that out of the way, of course, there's email is but one way to reach us. If you still happen to be part of the hellscape known as Twitter, then you can always find us there. That's where you find all of our great TV content, of course, at TV Tuners. And I think we still use that for finding great tweets. Is that correct, Stare? Are we still doing that in the age of Musk?
No.
We're done?
No, sir.
I've been told not to.
By who? By Elon himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it's best if you don't. Well, why don't we... Do we have one to go out on?
Nope.
All right. To be fair, we're still all using Twitter. We're just not doing it for the podcast. We're taking this bold stand of doing less work.
Is that how... are we protesting for real?
Yes. This is politics, Keo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just that Stairmaster saw an opportunity to forget to drop the only bit of work he does outside of recording the podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
It's that we're done with Twitter. Completely. No more tweets of the week.
Okay, I got a tweet of the week. This comes from Daily Awawa. It's a video. It's a video clip of this anime going. Awa, 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 awa.
So, it's different Awawas every day?
No, it's the same one.
Hold on.
It's the same one every day.
Hold on.
Okay, we're holding.
This guy really wants to see this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, whoever that was. Really helping the podcast.
Sure.
I'm gonna tune out on this, I think.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna tune out on that?
Yeah, I mean, I would like it. I would like it if it was a different one every day.
I feel like this lady's gonna run into a wall.
She just doesn't seem to have it together too well.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this account isn't a bot, according to the description
sucks.
here.
Isn't that what they want us to think?
You think it's a lie? They're actually
it's a lie, like
manually posting
YouTubers.
this.
When they say they love you when they're single, it's the same thing as saying this is
They say
not
that
about
to you?
And they're in your area?
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
I don't understand.
That I'm their favorite fan.
Like when you're having a private conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Stair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell Stair that that he's their favorite fan, but they cannot show feet.
Breaks my heart every time.
How many times did this happen, Stair?
5.
Cam girls won't show me feet, Walter. Breaks my heart.
Let's not speculate on Mike's sex life. I don't think we need that knowledge.
I mean, he did briefly have a girlfriend.
$20 for feet.
Can you believe this? He's like showing Gus.
And Gus is just like,
$20. I must partake.
That seems to be a reasonable price.
Could you imagine Gus being like, those are pristine feet?
I don't want to.
Or like if he saw like a speck on someone's foot, he'd be like, that's acceptable to you?
He's making that guy watch his feet. Or watch someone else's feet over and over.
Lyle, get in here. Someone needs their feet washed.
Walter, you think you can come into my super lab with those feet?
Oh my... Shut the fuck up. No more of this.
That's what... We have the wash tub right at the top of the floor. For a reason. Wash your feet. And then he sits there and watches... Walt's like, I guess I'll wash my feet. And Gus like sits there and watches.
Yeah.
That's the last straw for Walt, by the way. That's when he decides he's going to kill Gus.
Yeah, he's like, Jesse, we need to kill Gus.
So that's a tune-in on...
I don't know, Mr. White. Maybe you should just wash your feet?
That's a tune-in on Daily Awawa.
You'd have to tune in.
Yeah, tune in. What man doesn't wash their feet? No man at all.
Yeah, you should wash your feet, though. That's even if it's not for some kind of sicko reason. You should wash
it's
your
a
feet.
tune in on washing your feet for no real reason at all, just because you should when you clean yourself in general.
Yeah. Stairmaster.
My feet are fine. Took a shower today.
Okay. What else?
I shaved.
Oh.
Okay.
Go on.
I brushed my teeth.
Okay, and now I'm satisfied.
Yeah, that's all you need to do, usually.
I took a nap. After eating a bunch of McDonald's.
Yeah, it's
feeling
how
very
about
Excuse me.
usually. Yes?
Hey.
Whoever you are?
Yes?
How about a soda?
No, I've already had enough soda for today.
Oh, strict limit.
Forget it.
Oh, all right.
Okay. You like
So, yeah, so that's another great tweet of the week. Congratulations, Daily. Oh, wow. That'd be better. Give me one of those. A daily. Whoa.
No, none of that. I'm so sorry.
So with all that, I got one thing to ask before we move on to our actual show this week. What did you guys watch? Anything fun, interesting?
I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Starring Jason Schwartz or whatever. Ben Schwartz, Paul Newman.
Paul Newman's in it, yeah, that's right.
What are you saying to me, right now?
Also, Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Yeah, Paul Newman is Dr. Robotnik.
That's
it's like I'm looking
the mustache is close.
It's like I'm looking at a family movie.
So how was it?
It was good. He's so fast and cool. He's got a family now. I'm happy for him.
Is Shadow going to be in the third one?
Yes.
All right, good.
That's pretty crazy. I can't believe that.
Who's he going to be voiced by?
I hope he's voiced by Jaleel White.
I hope he's voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's good.
That would really be something.
What if he was voiced by Bob Odenkirk?
I don't think that'd be a good fit.
Did they show off a render of Shadow?
Yeah.
And like the...
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah. It looks just like Shadow.
Gun?
He has his trademark hover shoes. No, he's in the cryogenic tube. But they do introduce Gun, G-U-N, in the movie. The Olive Garden guy's in charge of it. They set up a sting operation to put Sonic and Tails in a cage.
The Olive Garden guy.
Yeah.
I like the idea that in the third one they'll have... Okay, let's do over-under on this scene happening in the movie. There'll be a scene where Shadow, after he's breaking out of like the gun facility, grabs like a gun, like a weapon, and is like, "No, too stupid," and like throws it away.
I think there's like a 32% chance of them making fun of him with a gun like that.
I mean, I'm just saying in general, there's a part where they'll make fun of him with like a gun.
I think there's going to be
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that there's a 32% chance they'll do that.
I think there's going to be a scene where he activates the hover shoes for the first time, and Jim Carrey Robotnik is like, he flies now!
Alright, that's good. I would like that. I mean, apparently Jim Carrey says that he's retiring from acting after this movie.
Oh. What was he going to play after the Sonic 3?
After this one, the second one that he's done, but I don't know. I doubt that's true.
Robotnik in Sonic 3.
I don't know. What if they just say that, like, Robotnik... What if they just have Shadow kill Robotnik with a gun?
Oh, no! Sayonara, Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, and then it's just the Shadow execution movie now.
Style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they show it on screen.
Like it's extremely graphic.
Yeah, like they show like his head just explode. And Sonic's like, "Whoa!
That's a yikes from me."
So he's not traumatized. He's
Sonic's
just
like, "Wow, this is just like Scanners."
Yeah.
And Knuckles is like, "What is the Scanners you speak of?"
Scanners? I see no scanners here. Anyway, so that's a tune-ins there?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. What else?
Oh, that's it.
I watched the latest episode of Better Call Saul.
I too have watched Better Call Saul. No, I guess we don't want to do any spoilies because you do sort of have to. It is a show that's just on the up and up, and also hard to watch if you're not. It's not on streaming or anything. So,
but Walter White does die.
Yeah, Walter White shows up and is killed by Saul.
Yeah, there was this crazy sequence where Walter White he's for some reason on the warpath against Saul. He says he's going to ruin everything for him.
Yeah.
And so Saul has to strangle him.
Now, Keo, there was actually an appearance by a character from Breaking Bad in this fourth episode. Were you happy to see Mr. Gooch or Gooch or what the fuck is his name? Spooge. Mr. Spooge. Yeah. And Mr. Happier Days.
Mr. Cum.
I was like, yeah, that was a cool appearance. Really shows how far he fell.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Saul did real good by him.
I think Saul's gonna fuck his wife.
It is funny because I think that's a throwaway line that he has in the first appearance where he talks about the ATM guy, how he used to be a client of his.
Oh yeah.
It was, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was a good episode. A lot of comedy in the most recent episode of Better Call Saul, which is good because the episode before that was devastating.
And so will the next episode, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. The previous episode was more exciting. We didn't talk about that one, but yeah, not a fun time in this season so far.
No.
Overall.
I think things are going to go great for everyone else.
You know, the worst part is that they haven't even put Lalo on screen since, like, the first episode or something.
They literally, it's like, it's gotten so pronounced at this point that they literally have Gus and Mike be like, where could he be?
Whenever he's not on screen, everyone's like, where's Lalo?
Yeah, and then when he's on screen, they're like, oh no, there's Lalo.
Oh gosh! Help me!
I don't see why. He's pretty friendly. He's like, hey guys.
Yeah, he's an animal guy who just happens to have like body doubles that he murders and.
But so does Gus.
Alive. That's true. Gus also has, yeah.
Really, they should. What if they team up? It turns out that Lalo becomes Gus's body double.
Oh, and that's who died in Face Off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that.
It's like Metal Gear Solid 5.
It makes so much sense. It's good. It's a good idea.
Yeah, there's a scene where Gus is at the neo-Nazi compound, and he says everything's going according to plan.
Yeah, that's why, and that's where we get Gene coming back to Albuquerque to resolve everything. He's got to take Gus down himself.
Him and Gus, who are notable friends.
Well, that's the thing. The Gus and the Saul storyline are barely touching. This is how you bring them together. It's perfect writing.
That's true. Yeah, the connection isn't Mike and Saul. It's that Gus and Saul need to come together.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, still a good show all around.
So he takes down Gus and, I don't know, gets himself some kind of exoneration for it.
Yeah, he gets the key to the city of Albuquerque. The camera pans up, Hank smiling in the sky. And Steve.
Yeah, and as he's like celebrating with his key in the distance, he sees Kim back behind the crowd, just like smoking a cigarette, and they run to each other.
Imagine this. He's gonna get the key, and it turns out Chuck is alive, and he brings him the key, and he smiles with immense pride.
He's like, it turns out you should have been a lawyer. And he's like, thanks, Chuck. And they hold the key up together as everyone claps and hoots and hollers.
Yeah.
And Jesse's there. Jesse Pinkman's there.
He's wearing an Alaska t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, Tony Soprano was there.
Yeah, he's like giving a thumbs up. But he's played by his son. He's played by
no, it's a CGI
Michael
deep
Gandolfini.
Fake.
Yeah, they just deep fake Tony's face on the Michael Gandolfini's body.
Yeah.
So it's really uncanny.
Yeah. It's only for a couple seconds, Keo, alright?
Yeah, the technology just isn't there yet.
Yeah. And Tony does briefly look up to the sky, and he sees Hank and Christopher looking down at him and smiling.
Yes. And Omar.
Yeah, Omar's there. Yeah, Omar's looking down and smiling too.
Indeed.
Yeah,
good ending. Sorry we spoiled it.
Really satisfying.
I'm so sorry, J-Pop. I know you just wanted to talk about Cowboy Bebop.
No, he's loving this.
We are stalling on that because I don't want to talk about it.
Anything else you watched, Keo?
No.
Okay, good. Let's see. What do I got to talk about here? I watched the second season of Russian Doll. Keo might remember this show. We watched it way, way, way back at the beginnings of TV Tuners.
I remember.
I think my stomach hurt that week.
That's right. I don't know if you actually you didn't watch it, right, Star?
No.
Okay. Yeah, the first season was way back in the before times. And it was good. It was a good little closed sort of time loop story. Season 2 is one of those classic Netflix season 2s that you have to be like, should this exist?
The answer is no.
Yes, actually, the answer, it turns out, is no. It was a perfect one and done season that they made a second season of, and the general concept seems fun, which is that they're expanding it from, instead of a time loop, this is like a time travel thing where the main character, played by Natasha Lyonne, finds out that you can take a train. There's a train in New York that if you're on at the right time will take you back in time.
Oh, that's crazy.
And takes her back in time where she's inhabiting the body of her mother while her mother is pregnant with her. And it ends into it spirals into a whole situation where she's trying to find some lost money and whatnot, and it becomes a meditation on life and stuff. And no, her dad is not in the picture. But it mainly does not answer that critical question that I mentioned, which is, why does this exist? The show seems like to take that as sort of a foregone conclusion that it should exist, and it doesn't really justify it in any meaningful way. It felt very empty, very hollow. It wasn't. There's like some fun bits and whatnot, but like they don't add up to anything for me. It's a shame. That's all. I'd give it a tune out, probably. It's not worth your time to watch it. It's like it's not that it's not funny. There's funny bits and whatnot, and like there's some fun mind bendy sort of time travel stuff, but like it doesn't. It feels like it isn't explained as well as the conceit of the first one, and it feels like they don't really care to explain it at all. It's just sort of like time is doing stuff. I don't know. It's why
do they do this, Swanson? Explain this. Why do they do this?
I mean, I guess they wanted money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's why they made a second season. Also, the show has the rare choice to so the first season ends, and this one takes place in real time, so 3 years after the first season. So they've already moved on pretty well from that whole being in a time loop thing. So it does seem weird to then go back 3 years after the fact. And it's never really explained why they do that. But, whatever. I wouldn't recommend it. Other than that, I don't think I got anything. I think we've all exhausted what we watched.
Yeah. And that's
which means that now, Keo, we must discuss the thing you've been avoiding, which is this episode of Cowboy Bebop that we watched.
Oh.
Yeah, this humdinger. That's what I'm going to call this episode, a humdinger of an episode. It's called, this week on Cowboy Bebop, it's Callisto Soul. That's the name of the episode.
This was episode 3, I think, of the original Bebop.
Yeah? Maybe. Yeah, it was Faye's first episode, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and that's appropriate. Faye is back for this one, and they really did a good job bringing her back into the fold. It wasn't random or hack-eyed in any way. Hackneyed.
It was just like, this is a natural occurrence here.
Yes, it feels very natural that she would happen to run into these guys. Our Bebop crew once again. So yeah, Faye is back. She knows that she has amnesia, and she's mad about it.
Wait, no, this was the second Faye episode. The first one was at the casino, which we do not get in this.
No. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but she finds out later throughout the run about her whole deal, right? She doesn't just have it, and we just sort of meet her in backstory res.
Yeah. There is an episode dedicated to her figuring stuff out.
And I don't think we really get that here. Maybe there's going to be one, but
Yeah.
Instead, it's just like she shows up and she's like, hey, you know me? Yeah, I'm that amnesiac that you took a bunch of money from. And we're like, oh boy. Here's some backstory for her.
It's just like, I love exposition. It's my favorite thing in storytelling. And it's a great way to give me character details, too.
Yeah. And it's how people would just sort of talk about a situation. by revealing details about their personal life. So yeah, she shows up to this opera event that I guess you could just show up to.
We've been podcasting together for years.
It's true.
It's true. Kyorang, you're my friend, unlike my enemy, Stairmaster.
Yeah, it's a good thing we keep Stairmaster alive, though, because otherwise his family would cause us real problems.
Yes, and Stairmaster has a family, unlike me. All of my family is dead.
My family's alive, but they're estranged from me lately.
Yeah, I'm the Reed Richards to Swanson's Peter Parker.
That's right, that classic duo.
Well, I mean, family-wise...
Our dynamic is really complicated, but we get along well nonetheless.
It's true. Yeah, they, it does, a lot of the dialogue in Cowboy Bebop is sort of like, you can't just say what your characters are feeling. That makes me angry.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, they, so these terrorists, first off, she's at this opera that you can just sort of show up to, I guess. No tickets needed. It's just a come as you are sort of opera deal. And she holds this dude up that scammed her, I guess. This guy who unfreezes people in cryo sleep and then steals their money. I don't get what the scam is here.
She's like, I want things back. I want my memories back. I want my money. You thought I wouldn't remember, but I remember not having memories. So give me the thing.
The one thing I remember is the lack of memory. And I know you did it. So she points a gun at this guy's junk, and he's like, well, I like those. Don't do that.
She's like, don't shoot my scrotum ball sack.
Please don't shoot my virgin shaft.
Yeah. And, this eco-terrorist group shows up, the Callisto Liberation Front, and I don't, these guys show up and they're like, here we go, some dumb terrorists with their stupid values.
It's also very hacking that they showed up right when they was about to do her thing.
Yeah, true. They show up and they're like, yeah, we're eco-terrorists because we believe that you guys are destroying the planet. And the CEO is like, that's what terraforming is, which is not correct, I don't believe.
Also, Callisto is like a barren wasteland. As of this recording, it's a big rocky waste. So by really, it's a net positive for the environment. Whatever's going on here.
Yeah, but what if you could turn people into trees?
Oh, that'd be cool.
There was some kind of wildlife there, apparently, that they're very upset about dying.
Yeah, they don't explain it, really. They sort of... I feel like they came up with like an idea and then they're like, we don't got time for that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is all well and good, but sorry, we gotta write this part out because we gotta put Vicious in here.
People were asking, where's Vicious?
We need a scene of Vicious standing there talking.
We need a scene of Vicious that's standing there where he's mugging to the camera like a fucking idiot.
Also, turning people into trees is way less cool than turning people into monkeys.
True.
Like they did in the original.
Yeah. I mean, I actually don't mind the idea behind turning people into trees because when it shows up, it is horrifying to see, but my problem is that when it happens, it is played like a joke.
The tone here is just they were confused as to what they were trying to do with this.
It's funny when women die,
but especially with this.
Yeah, because they were gonna do it to the guy that they take this guy that Faye had hostage. They take him and they're gonna make an example of him by turning him into a tree. But then the guy flings the bomb.
Yeah,
I guess he hits the guy who has the bomb, and the guy's like, "Whoops!"
Well, the guy's gonna use the bomb on him, and he's like, "No!"
And then these people start bursting. tree limbs start bursting out of these people's body, and the music's like like
the tuba's playing.
Yeah. As like these people are dying horribly, and it keeps cutting to Faye being like, "Oh, what? Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's so gnarly."
Like if this was OG Bebop, this would be shot like a Cronenberg movie.
Yes, you would hear people screaming at least.
Yeah,
like they even do a gnarly sound effect where people.
You wouldn't hear any sound effects. It would just be like very tense music. It'd be like a single note.
You would, but like you do hear people like. There's a very gnarly sound effect that they have for when people's like faces burst into like tree.
Yeah.
But it should be horrifying, and instead it's just like, we're watching Faye be like, ugh, gross, gnarly, anyway, smell my farts, and she, like, leaves.
It's like this horrifying thing happened to them, to like, well, that happened, anyways.
Yeah, I would just be like, I'd probably just start pick up drinking if that happened to me, if I saw that.
Yeah. I think if I saw this close to me, I would vomit. I think. But yeah, so these bumbling terrorists are like, this lady is like, oh, you guys, that wasn't how it was supposed to go down, you idiots. And they're like, oh, sorry. And then they make their getaway. I guess they don't have a getaway car planned, or a getaway ship.
They just take Faye's ship.
They're like, let's just take the first one we can find.
Yeah, apparently they don't have keys. Apparently it's like Gundam.
Yeah, you can just hop in and drive away. And so they do, and off they go, and Faye's like, aw, dang it, now I gotta go talk to now I gotta get involved in a Bebop plot.
Yeah.
Cue music.
Yeah, and Spike and Jet are just there at a restaurant talking about food across the street.
Talking about not even food, there's an extensive talk about bidets.
Yeah.
I guess Jet isn't aware that a bidet is for your butt, and in fact uses it on his feet. Which, alright. Don't know how that happened, but...
Yeah, how does that even make sense?
I don't want to talk about feet anymore.
Okay, but even, like, how do you go to the bathroom, you see a bidet there, and you're like, that's for feet.
I don't think the writers
It's gotta be for... What else could it be for? That's for feet right there.
It's attached to the toilet.
I think maybe he's like thinking about like an actual bidet, like not like attached to the toilet seat, just like a bidet as it exists. Because like a normal bidet is sort of just like a sink looking thing.
Yeah, but there's no toilet there, so how would you get confused?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I still don't get it, but.
Why is this in Cowboy Bebop, the show?
Because you
why are they talking about bidets? That's a great question.
Cowboy Bebop's a funny show, but also a cool show.
Yeah, and nothing's funny or cooler than bidets.
No, it's gotta be funny.
Yeah,
it's not funny.
It's cool to clean your ass, Kyo. That's what cool guys do.
Well, they didn't.
That's true. Spike is, I guess, by the way Spike is talking about a bidet, he prefers to keep his asshole unwashed. That's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah. It seems like he's just like, ugh, those are disgusting. Ugh, what do you?
Why don't you just
even touch it?
You cleaning out your butt? No, not for me. Lights a cigarette. So Faye shows up, and they're at this diner and they get free cheesy bread, which sounds great. Unlimited cheesy bread, sign me up. What they're actually eating doesn't sound great, but they don't get to eat it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Faye shows up and she's like, "Hey, I'm so glad to find you guys. Guess what? People turned into trees." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, sure. People turned into trees. Whatever."
She shows up wounded, and they don't have any questions about that. They just think she's high.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, whatever. You must be on space drugs. Let's name a couple space drugs. And then the news broadcast comes on in this diner. And they're like, guess what? Trees exist and they're people.
Didn't they do like that stupid joke where like the people on the TV said the exact same thing someone else said?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also they had the lady on the news be like, what? That can't be real. Like, that is the weirdest thing that happens in this world? Is that people turn into trees?
Yeah, that would be pretty weird, I think.
But I feel like you're not, on the news, you're not going to be like, what? Like, is this a newfangled news program where the news anchor doesn't read the news before going up on
that is a very good point.
They're trying out something new here.
Just like, welcome to unprofessional news, where we don't prepare and we don't take the news seriously.
They're improv in the news.
It's like
people turn into trees. Yes, and...
Have you seen that clip of like the news anchor who is supposed to do a spot on National Milk Day, but they just break down laughing the whole time?
You know what? You know what's better than yes and is that's not true. And what did you say?
Yeah, and that's what they do here. Yeah, they say that can't be right. What? Huh? And then Spike and Jet are like, well, it's on the news, so it's got to be true now. And they're like, all right, I guess we'll team up with Faye to do this thing. So then we get introduced to the Eco Squad.
How'd you find us exactly? What's going on?
Yeah, they're like, huh? What are you doing here? Why'd you find us? They don't ask any follow-up questions.
Do we know you?
They're like, well, no follow-up questions necessary. Let's just put you on our ship.
And they do.
Yeah, they do, and they apparently don't they don't lock down anything. They give her full access to everything in the ship. They make sure that she can be no one keeps an eye on her too. So anyway, we get introduced to the Eco Squad, and I don't know what decision-making process goes on with this show, but why did they decide to make this group like Mom and her 3 sons from Futurama?
I think that's what it was in the show.
Was it like that?
Yeah. Do we need to watch Cowboy Bebop right now?
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I couldn't even tell what order these episodes are at all anymore.
They're just all over the place.
I stopped bothering.
But I guess this was part of the show. I don't know. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we gotta go get these bioweapons that we're gonna like launch in missiles and blow people up and what have you, turn them into trees. They're like, that'll complete our mission of stuff. And let's just do a real quick thing here. What was their plan?
I don't know.
These bombs are they're gonna make everybody trees in the planet. Yeah, and that's gonna do good.
Yeah, trees play an important role in preventing erosion, Swanson.
Right, but like this planet that they're on, like this planet, it needs the trees.
This moon they're on, Swanson.
This moon needs the trees. Well, Sarah, you say moon, but they don't talk like they're on a moon.
How would you?
They do treat it like they're on a planet. I'd say like, boy, it's sort of. I want this moon to be plant-based for some reason.
I thought they were already making a plant-based with the terraforming.
So they don't want it They don't want it to be plant-based, but they're turning people into trees.
They want the people to just stop.
Cut it out.
And the best way to do that, of course, is to make more trees.
What do you think about this episode? Sort of like Deus Ex.
So,
yes.
Well, see, I don't know if they do. Doesn't the lady mention when she shows up and talks to the CEO before they kill her that she doesn't want them cutting down more trees?
Yeah, but who put the trees there?
Yeah, I don't know. One of life's unanswerable questions.
They terraformed it. Now they're taking the trees down off the moon.
I guess. Yeah, so this doesn't make any sense is what I think we're getting at here.
People terraformed it.
Yeah, now they want them to unterraform it.
I'm pretty sure, like, in the original Bebop, these guys were just, like, preventing seals from going extinct or something.
Yeah, that's a nobler effort than whatever this is. So, back over on Bebop time, Faye is like, hey, you got a dog. That's cool. I've never seen a dog before.
That's a cool dog. Every time the dog's on screen, I'm like, yeah. Look at that little guy go.
And she's like, oh, I heard dogs are delicious. What if I eat this dog? And they're like, yeah, you shouldn't do that.
You would be very upset.
Spike's like, hey, can we have a sidebar real quick, Jet? Yeah, let's not involve her in our stuff.
Let's fucking kill her.
And Jet's like, no, we can't because, well, I mean, we wouldn't want to do that. That'd be rude. Spike's like, I don't know. I mean, we could just do it. And he's like, no, we shouldn't do that. And she flies away on Spike's ship. And Spike's like, well, I guess we gotta follow her. And that happens. And that's good. And that's a good scene.
I feel like this version of Spike would just kill her.
This version of Spike is, like, extremely shitty, so yes. If like, Jet was not around, you mean, he would already have killed her, like, way, like, before this episode.
And he would have done it for no reason, too. He would have just done it.
Yeah. Instead of he would have killed her before he locked her in the bathroom. He would kill her and then put her body in the bathroom.
And then he would smoke a cigarette.
Yes. Like, this version of Spike is, like, a huge asshole. For no real good reason ever.
Just like, I'm a space cowboy. I do the wrong thing.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, I'm a cowboy. It's what I do is I act like a huge ass.
I don't have any moral fiber, by the way.
We all return.
Did you know I used to work for the Syndicate?
Do you have any info on them? The Syndicate?
Do you know where I can find Chinese people?
Speaking of the Syndicate, it's time for our favorite duo. Vicious and Julia are here. And Vicious...
They're talking.
They're talking. I feel like they're trying to do some sort of, like, half-assed Lady Macbeth type of deal here with Julia. Because she's the one who suggests, like, hey, don't do the dumb thing, do the good thing. And he's like, huh? You mean I shouldn't attack these people? Just head on?
Yeah. Which is really doing a lot to make us like Vicious.
Yeah. That Vicious isn't, like, not at all thoughtful or cunning or even adept at coming up with ways to kill people. Like, I don't know if Vicious was at least smart enough to know how to kill the leaders of the Syndicate.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be following Vicious and his exploits.
Yeah. Maybe Vicious should just be a sometimes character, not an all the times character. Same goes for Julia.
He's a real limp character overall.
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't help that this actor sucks. This actor is very bad. I mean, I don't normally attack the actor, but, like, every time I see this dude trying to do this, I don't even know. It has to be, like, his direction or something, right? He has to be, like, being directed to act like.
Well, it's not like he has much to work with.
That's true. That he has maybe, like, 5. He has maybe 5 entire episodes of the original to base a character off of that has to take up 15 minutes of each episode.
And they decided to give this character, like, try to give this character some kind of pathos or something.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think, it's not the actor's fault, I don't think, necessarily, even if the acting in this is bad. I feel like maybe it's just, there's so little to work with for this guy. Like, I feel like you go out to, like, the director or the writers and you're like, alright, so what's my inspiration? And they're like, oh, you're mad.
It's like, you're angry because the Syndicate is not being nice to you.
And you're like, okay, what am I going to do about that? Oh, we haven't written that episode yet.
You're going to make plans about it. You're going to...
Don't worry, those plans, you're going to find out about those plans real quick, but you're making them.
You're gonna talk to your girlfriend about it.
He's like, all right.
Also, you don't like Spike.
He's like, oh yeah. Thanks,
Why?
I almost forgot that part.
Why don't I like Spike? He was
mean to you.
Yeah. Well, he was a flyboy who
who
tried to steal one of his girls.
So you had to give him one of these.
Yeah.
These.
And he did. It turns out.
Yeah.
So the cut to the grossest scene in this episode. So Faye lands and sees that her ship is there, and they've been like messing with it and stuff. She's like, "Oh, that stinks." So then she sees a tree man there, who is the guy that she was looking for. So she, I guess these trees got pockets.
Yeah.
So these trees got pockets in them that contain
nature's pockets.
Yeah. These trees got pockets that contain. So not only do they have pockets, but they also have like straps of their old clothing and stuff. So so you can tell they're people. And so you can put your hand in one of these tree pockets, and I guess you just sort of get any leftover money they have or anything like the bombs don't completely terraform the body. They don't terraform everything that the body has on it. Apparently. So then she sticks her hand in one pouch, and this is supposed to be jizz.
Oh,
is that what this is supposed to be?
I thought it was syrup.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be syrup, but
wow.
It had a very viscous, clear sort of coat to it. Kia, what were your thoughts? What was your prediction on this scene? It was supposed to be syrup?
What's your prediction? How do you think this scene is going to resolve itself?
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Keo, I'm going to have to ask that you go back and watch this one moment in this episode. I'll give you the timestamp, even, because this is crucial to me that you understand that this is supposed to be syrup. It does not look like it. 22:11 in the episode.
Oh, yeah. Somehow I forgot this happened.
Keo just blocked it from his memory.
That does look like semen.
All right, good. I just wanted vindication, really.
I guess it's supposed to be tree sap, but it's...
Is it tree sap like tree semen?
I guess, in a way. So I am right. Congratulations to me. I've mastered the case. Case closed.
I don't think sap has a reproductive purpose for trees.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah, it's just they got it for fun. These trees are dumb and full of gum.
Isn't it like tree sap to transport nutrients for the tree? It's like it's more like blood than.
Oh, they got cum blood.
Else. Yeah.
Dang. Trees
what a
are
life
cooler
they
than us.
live.
Yeah, what a life. So, yeah, she sticks her hand in this tree and she's like, ugh, gross. And Jet and Spike show up and they're like, hey, we were going to be needing that ship back and stuff. And Spike's like, yeah, now I want to murder you extra hard. And Jet's like, no murdering. And Spike's like, can I just murder now and get it over with? He's like, no. He's like, fine, I guess I won't murder today. Instead, all of the murdering will be done by these eco-terrorists who just love turning people into trees, I guess. So, cut to, we get introduced. Well, no, I think we've met Gren before already in this version of the show, but this time we get a very long scene of Gren just sort of coaching, being a dance coach.
Yeah.
Just being like, hey, why don't you dance sexier?
Do it slower. Do some more.
And then, like, Julia shows up and is like, yeah, good job teaching. He's like, yep, that's me.
No, she's like, bad job teaching.
Yeah, she's like, bad job teaching. And then,
you're making her dance too sexy. Please stop.
People can only get so hard, Gren. Gren's like, you're right. So yeah, Julia has this conversation with self-insert character, and self-insert character's like, yeah, well, I'll set up this meeting for you. That's it. It's the entire scene. Goes on for 5 minutes.
Could have an off screen.
I feel like Netflix might be padding things out a bit.
Yeah, I get that feeling sometimes. Correct, Keo. This scene actually didn't need to happen. In fact, I could argue we could connect the dots ourselves. In fact, I'd argue, couldn't Vicious set this meeting up?
No, Vicious can't do anything in this.
Yeah, he's too busy just sort of walking around muttering to himself about how he's got plans.
But he just can't do it yet.
Yeah, he's working on something, but it has to wait till episode 5. Faye's like, alright, well, I guess if you're not going to murder me, let's do this whole deal together and solve this. And so these guys have these missiles that they're going to launch into the atmosphere, and they're going to turn everyone into the trees, is the gist that I got from this. And so they decide that Spike and Jet are going to go stop the missiles from launching, and then they're going to trust Faye to go capture the bounty. That seems like a bad idea based off of everything that's happened so far.
Yes.
And also, they're like, we need to bring Faye because we're outnumbered. And then they're like, Faye, you cannot have your gun because
we don't
trust you.
Yeah. Hey, you don't. I know you don't have your gun, but you should go capture the bounties. And she's like, seems perfectly okay to me.
She protests for like 2 seconds, and then she's like, okay.
Yeah. And so we get a fight scene between her and this lady character. She's the daughter of the head lady, the head eco-terrorist, and they're having a fight. And Faye just gets punked out, and like they leave.
Yes.
Like Faye just gets her ass kicked, and then they leave, and she's like, "Oh no!"
Oh gosh!
And she gets the beeper, like the phone device that the guy who got that she was from the beginning of the episode that she was framing or blackmailing. She gets his beeper, and she's like, "Ooh, this is important to me," and because for some reason they were just carrying this beeper around.
They stole it and just like kept it.
They were like, "This is important, I guess. I'm just going to keep it and not answer it, even though it's been ringing consistently." So Faye gets it, and then she takes off in the ship to follow them. And meanwhile, Spike and Jet just like very easily take care of these two guys. They just like show up and punch them, and that's it. They're like, mission accomplished. And Faye is like, answers the phone, and this lady is on the other end, and she's like, "Hey, I am looking for another person to scam. I need that sweet dough." And Faye's like, "Yeah, I'm the guy, totally. This is my voice, and I'll do it." And
that was hilarious. I was laughing really hard at that sequence.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was real funny,
also
right?
Chasing a missile while this is going on, and she's trying to juggle two things.
Well, she doesn't chase them. She stationed the ship, and then they fire a missile, and she's like, "Oh, sucks to suck."
Whatever.
And
I don't care.
She leaves, and then she's like, "Actually, it doesn't suck to suck." And she goes and tries to save everybody or whatever. And they're like, thanks for saving us, Faye.
Yeah, and aren't these ships supposed to have weapons on them?
No, sorry, we can't afford to have them shoot. The only shooting that's going on here is when they fire a missile. And when a tree's got the right pocket.
Only shooting is the ratings of this show going straight up.
Yep, they're going up. Up. So up you can't even see them. That's how up they're going.
Sir, you're holding that grab the wrong way.
Huh? Oh, no. This is very bad. Someone call Mr. Netflix.
Yeah, so they figure they solve the problems. That's the end.
Yeah. Well, there's so she hits, her big plan is that she's going to hit the missile with the ship, and then she seems surprised when the ship
crashes.
Does react poorly to that.
A wing falls off and she goes spiraling into the abyss.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be this, like, you can tell it's supposed to be a deep scene because they start playing sad music.
It's like, they're not going to kill her off in episode 4. Come on.
Yeah. It would have been dope if they did. I would have actually been like, huh, alright, kudos. Like, I would have just been like, huh, okay, I didn't see that coming. But, no, they have this scene that is supposed to, like, mean something. Where she decides that she's going to call herself Faye Valentine in this, like, captain's log that she's her epilogue that she's recording, and it's supposed to be like a deep, meaningful moment, but it doesn't mean anything because the show has barely established that she doesn't like that name or that it's not her real name. She said it maybe once that it's not her real name.
Yeah, she doesn't know her original name.
Yeah,
she gotta go find the Betamax tape to figure that out.
And so she decides to go by that name. She's like, that's my name, and it's supposed to be a big deal. It doesn't mean anything. So she crash lands, and the daughter and mother eco-terrorists are like, well, I guess the only thing left to do is for me to kill you so that this plot can wrap up. And she's like, no, and they die.
Yeah, literally.
And rest in peace.
Literally, they're just in space, and she's like, oh, I guess we're going to go to jail.
What reason do they have to believe that they're going to go to jail? You can just get away.
Yeah. Listen, I'm tired and the writers are tired.
It's true. They're like, yeah, listen, it's 4:00. Let's go. We got places to be. They kill each other. The end. And you're like, all right. So Faye wakes up and Spike's like, yeah, we saved you. I didn't want to, but we did. And she's like, cool. I guess, what am I doing now? He's like, yeah, your ship's totaled, so, welcome to Cowboy Bebop. And that's it.
You're part of the crew now.
Yeah. They kept having this running gag where, him and Jet would be like, you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of the cosmonaut. And Jet's like, oh, yeah, she's totally the cosmonaut. But then they don't explain what the cosmonaut is.
And I don't give a fuck. Let's go home.
Yeah. They're just like, it's Jet, like, Faye at the end is just like, so, who's the cosmonaut? And Spike's just like, that's a story for whenever the writers remember that again. Which will be never.
You saved our lives, but I don't care. Not your friend.
Not your friend. Welcome to the team. So, yeah, that's the end of the episode. It sucked. It was bad. Maybe the worst one that we've seen so far.
Definitely the most forgettable.
It's no good. It's bad.
What's the problem?
You know.
I feel like it's a foregone conclusion. I think we're all tuning out on this, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, then in that case, I must bring up the offer. Kieran, hit some dramatic music for me.
Okay, let's see. Pull it up here.
Is that copyrighted?
Yes, it is.
Oh no! Shut it off! Shut it off!
If we talk over it, it's fine. It's fair use.
I don't think that's how it works.
Welcome to our song review podcast where we analyze music.
Yes, welcome. I'm bringing back The Offer. First established in episode 2 of live action Space Cowboy. The Offer is from coffee grabber Jeff Pop, who he told us that we could at any moment decide not to do Cowboy Bebop anymore in exchange for a number of Dexter and Bosch in combo. So at current point, that would be 3 episodes of each show. So we're now 4 episodes in. The question is, do we want this offer?
The question is, can we live with ourselves if we give up now?
No.
No,
we can't.
No, none of that, Keo, please.
What's the problem?
We're gonna get DMCA'd.
No, I don't know. It's late enough in the episode. Do you think the bot even would find it?
Not likely.
True.
Yeah. So what do we think here? What do we think? Offer? Are we sticking with Bebop? Are we moving forward to these?
I don't think I can take any more of this show. I've lost my juice with this one.
Like, I'm struggling to keep. Yeah. I'm on empty as well.
So that's it. 4 episodes in. We're done with Cowboy Bebop. We're ready to say tune out on this one.
Tune out on Cowboy Bebop.
It's an actual tune out.
Yeah, we will not find out why my dad thought the last episode was really bad and retroactively ruined it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Even your dad turned against it?
Yeah.
That's saying something, because your dad's watched a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Including young Sheldon.
I'm kind of jealous of him. He can feel happiness, you know.
Can he?
I hope so.
Alright, good. Anyway, so that is, it turns out you've witnessed...
Now, Keo. What even is this?
The offer is over. I want to point out, we've decided to take the offer.
It's from Deus Ex.
Oh my god, we're going to get copyright struck. Warren Spector is going to kick our asses.
So yes, we've decided to take the offer, so this is actually the last episode of Live Action Space Cowboy.
Goodbye forever.
So join us... Yes, forever. It's dead and buried, this show. In our hearts and our minds. And so next week, we'll be back with either Dexter or Bosch. It'll be a little surprise.
This better not be a joke.
It's not.
As far as I know, it's not. It'll be a little surprise for the viewers at home, which one we'll be watching.
But not that much of a surprise, since you did say 2 possibilities.
Yeah, but it'll be a surprise of which one. They'll be like, oh, they're doing that one. Okay. Or, oh, they're doing that one. Okay. Anyway, tune in next week for that. Until then, keep bebopping. Bye. It's over.
You take care of yourself.
Thanks, JC.
Hey folks, time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster is going to put the city of Denver in outer space?
That's right.